Danny, disappointing to concede a last-minute goal and disappointing performance overall. What are your thoughts on it?
No, I agree with you 100%. Today we just didn't turn up the whole game. From the very first minute right through to the very last, we looked a little bit lacklustre. People could say, well, you know, we've had extra time in midweek. I don't buy into that. So yeah, obviously the result's massively disappointing because we've conceded in the last minute in the last two games, lost them both, and both been through virtually the exact same thing. So yeah, we've just spoken there, and I've said to them, you know, I can take bad performances, but I can't take a lack of desire and a lack of willing to try and win a football match. And for me, that's what it was today. So yeah, we've got 2 weeks now before the next game, and we need to address that quickly.
Have you? I was going to ask, have you got any plans to kind of try and see if you can arrange a friendly or anything like that for Saturday? Do you think that something's needed to get back onto the pitch?
Maybe. Sometimes you need them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes, you know, players maybe could do with the break from it all, but then other times you think, no, actually we need to be in and we need to be doing something. So yeah, I'll sit down with Spencer this week and decide on what we're going to do. But I don't think by having a game is where what we need to address. What we need to address is why we turned up in the manner that we did today.
And are you able to put your finger on it at all? I mean, the first half, I think we only had one shot at goal which went wide. Apart from that, we didn't really threaten them at all. Just the amount of chances we're creating don't seem to be.
Well, if not today, but the last 3 games before that, we've created numerous opportunities. I mean, if you look at both the ending games. We had more than opportunities to win the game. Leverhead, you know, we won the game and created numerous opportunities. But I just felt today that we wasn't quite at the pace that we needed to be at, and then our quality at times just wasn't there. If you look at today, it was a bad performance, and we got what we deserved in the end. You know, fair credit to Corinthian, they deserved to win. But there was an upbeat in the last 3 games prior to today, so we need to work on our consistency levels and really understand what this level of football is required. You know, we've got some players in there that have not played this level before. We've got some very young players in there, and they need to understand and learn the levels that they need to be at to be able to compete at this level. And that's what we need to work on.
Yeah, it did seem like you said, we were going in the right direction. A few good performances, good results, and I mean, can you kind of tell the players just to write this off as a bad performance and hopefully kind of?
Well, I think you have to. Otherwise, it will. You know, it'll affect you going forward. You know, we've had a nick up in midweek, albeit that we could have. I honestly believe that we could have won the game in midweek based on the chances that we had. It wasn't quite clinical enough on the night. But yeah, today was a bad performance, but we've got to move on. I think, you know, look, we're trying to build a complete new team here, and it won't happen overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. And will players change? Quite possibly. It just depends on when and how it can be done. But whilst the players that we've got here, then we'll work as hard as we possibly can to make it as best we can to try and win football matches, because that's what we're all here for. No one makes mistakes on purpose, but they've got to learn by these mistakes and learn from them quickly, because you keep making mistakes, you as I said before, at this level you get punished for it. And that's what's happened in the last 2 games. We've made mistakes in the last 2 minutes of the game, and we've been punished both games. So yeah, look, we'll come in the week, we'll regroup again, we'll go over what we do again, and then we'll look to be getting 3 points here against Dorking. But as much as it feels doom and gloom at the moment, I ain't like that at all. As I say, if I didn't believe in the players, the club, and myself, then it'd be time for something different, something change. So yeah, we'll keep hammering away, and we will get to where we want to be.
And just finally, you mentioned about potentially looking at new players. Obviously, we only had 4 players on the bench today for one reason or another. So how quickly are you going to look to?
Well, I mean, that was only because you know, at 12:30 today, we knew that there wasn't that great, but they've been ill. A couple of them been ill, and it just it wasn't right because they could end up infecting everyone else and making everyone else ill. So that was the reason why we was a bit like tonight. But we have got Taylor Hastings to come back. Unfortunately, he's got married and been on honeymoon, so he's due to come back in. And there's 1 or 2 other players that we're trying to talk to at the moment. And hopefully by the time we come round to the next game in 2 weeks' time, then players will be on board.